Welcome, boys and girls, to the first edition of the Scheer Perspective. I'm your host, MVP Scheer, 123R, Trevor Scheer, and today we are going to be talking about the hugest story in the NBA. Finally, the Dwight Howard saga is over. Thank God, thank God. We've waited for 6 months. For probably around 6 months. I didn't actually count, but we've waited for a very long time for Dwight Howard to finally be traded, and he gets traded to God's chosen team, the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, the Lakers add another piece. After being gifted Steve Nash, they get Dwight Howard. So they basically are starting an all-star team as their starting five. Let's go down the trade. The Lakers receive Dwight Howard. The Nuggets receive Andre Iguodala. The 76ers get Andrew Bynum and Jason Richardson, his expiring contract nobody cares about. And the Magic receive Aaron Aflalo, Al Harrington, Mo Harkless, which is the first round pick of the 76ers this year, and Nikola Vucevic. Nobody really cares about that guy either. And they get 3 first round picks, one from each of the other 3 teams in this trade that are protected. So, I mean, they could be a top 6 picks, and they get all of them. So, what should help them in the rebuilding process, losing, the best center of the past 10 years. This is a huge deal for the Lakers. This cements them as probably the top team in the NBA right now. I'd even put them. I mean, they're at least, if not top, they're at least tied with Miami and OKC now. I think with getting Steve Nash and Dwight Howard, because I think Dwight Howard is head and shoulders better than every other center, including Andrew Bynum. But the 76ers make out like gangbusters here too, if they can secure Andrew Bynum to a long-term contract. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't really foresee it happening. If I was going to make a guess, I would say he would enter free agency and possibly go to, hey, the Brooklyn Nets, my team. That's one of the big reasons I don't like Dwight Howard anymore. He's still one of our favorite players. He kind of screwed us there by, I'm going to sign him for another year because, I don't want to upset the fans of Orlando, even though I want to go to Brooklyn. That's where I really want to be, and I'm going to upset him even more. You're a Superman. But anyways, I think the worst part of the whole deal, I think the Magic made out well too. I think the worst part of the deal is the Nuggets. They only got Andre Iguodala, who's the heart and soul of the 76ers, mind you, for the past like at least 5 years. He's been, their team. He's put that team on his shoulders for most of the time, definitely through the struggles. But I think he's the weakest player. He's the weakest package back. I mean, they didn't really give up much. They gave up a Flalo, and I believe Harrington was on their team. I'm not a huge basketball fan, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But they gave up a first round pick too. I mean, but I think this trade right here is pretty good for everyone. I really honestly think this trade right here works for all 4 teams. I think it's probably almost as good as the trade the Magic would have got from the Nets. Um, this definitely helps out the Lakers. I mean, they didn't really give up anything besides for a first round pick and buying him for Howard. So I mean, I mean, pretty straight up there. Um, and 76ers came out and they made out like gangbusters. They stole Howard, especially from the Houston Rockets, who really wanted him, and so did the Cleveland Cavaliers. So good for them. It's a huge piece to the puzzle right there for them. But that's all the time I've got for this video. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys subscribe. I'm going to keep, throwing sports news at your way and give you my perspective on it, this year perspective. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.